Hello friends, thank you for your patience. We'll start session immediately. Just give us 2 minutes. Yeah, please.
स्पीकर बैटरी होना चार्जर नहीं तो होगा तो चलेगा इसमें। स्क्रीन एडजस्ट कर दूं, फेस विजिबल नहीं है।
Yeah, please go ahead.
This is for editing.
Yes. Please go ahead.
So yes, finally we are here and resuming our session. Today, we are going to cover how to avoid mistakes at the time of job interviews. See, since we admitted towards our graduation, the first thing come to our mind is the placement. And whenever placement comes into mind, the first fear comes with job interviews. Today, we are going to resolve the mistake, the anxiety, the frustration, the kind of nervousness at the time of job interview. Many times we read interview preparation, how to crack any interview. Everyone speaks about be confident. You should have positive attitude. Body language should be positive, but no one tells us how to do the same. In the current session today, your all queries regarding job interviews are going to be solved, right? So yes, let's start here with VibrantMinds Technologies. Since past 7 years, we are into the recruitment. Am I audible to you perfectly? Can anyone answer in the chat box? Please write yes if I'm audible. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your feedback. So I hope it is good to go. If there is any technical issue, please inform me in the chat box. So yes, let's today start the session with job interview preparation. As I just told you, everyone speaks about confidence, positive body language, the passion, the attitude, and yes, how to crack any kind of interview. This session is going to help you, and not only tips, but you will have practical tools in your hand so that after the session, you will find yourself a better candidate. Students, today we are going to start a journey and the destination is your placement. So let's start. Yes, VibrantMinds Technologies is a campus recruitment, online assessment, and IT training solutions company. 7 years, we are into the market. So let's begin. During the session, I will give you some practical tips which will help you at the time of interviews. Not only the private MNC companies interviews, but yes, at the time of your government exam preparation and yes, interview itself. So let's begin here. My first tip to all my dear students is change the mindset and change the game. Students, can you tell me in the chat box, if we think about interview, the first important question, what is it? Please write in the chat box. What is the most frequently asked question during interview? Whether it is a private job interview or a government job, there are certain questions which are staple, frequently asked. Yes. Correct. You all are correct here. Tell me about yourself is the first question to be asked generally. Yes, students, whether it is a job interview for a fresher candidate or an experience. Correct, Vinith Nikhil, correct. Tell me about yourself, introduce yourself, or self-introduction. We can take any terminology, but yes, this question hits our mind several times. Today, I'm going to give you the tool, how you will change your mindset and the question, preparation, and the whole perspective is going to change. All right. Introduce yourself is the first question generally to be asked. Students, please write in the chat box, how do we feel about this question? Suppose you are going to face the same question during the interview, how would you feel? What are the feelings? What are the, the experience we do face at the time? Yes, correct. Correct, Priti. Yes, it is a bit nervousness, hesitation, somehow anxiety, somehow shivering, sweating, negative body language, and whatnot. Now, my dear students, tell me, we already know self-introduction is going to be the first question to be asked, right? We all know this question is going to become in our exam. Suppose your interview is an exam and already you know about what question will come. So it is somehow, you know the question paper, right? And luckily, if you know the question paper, how should be your performance next day? What I'm saying, suppose tomorrow is your exam and you already know what question is going to become, then will not be your performance will be awesome, perfect, right? Flawless? Will you be nervous, stressful, anxiety with the same? No, correct. In the same manner, students today onward start replacing your stress into the excitement. How? Because self-introduction is the question which we already know, right? Which we already know. Then why to get nervous? As before exam, you got the question paper in your hand. So your performance is going to be perfect. In the same manner, my candidates, my dear students are going to be perfect at the time of their interview. So yes, this is the question not to get nervous, but yes, to be excited. Correct. Instead of being nervous, instead of being stressful at the time of interview, you should be rather excited. And next step is going to tell you why and how you can be super excited, super enthusiastic with that question. Tell me about yourself. I assume most of the candidates do belong from engineering background. If yes, then students, suppose there is a senior person sitting in front of you and asking questions regarding programming language, C++, Python, and other questions. Will it be easier? Or rather, there is a senior person sitting in front of you and asking, what is your name? Where do you stay? Tell me about your qualifications and certification. Tell me, students, which one will be easier? Yes, correct. You are right. The second one will be easier. Why? What you are answering, your basic details about yourself, in which no one can correct you. No one can find mistakes. So my dear students, why to be afraid of this question, self-introduction? At the time of self-introduction, what you are going to say? Your name, place, brief family details, your qualification, certification, and strength. So yes, attempt this question like no one can find mistakes in it because these relate to my basic details. Most of the students do say, I'm okay in technical round. I can clear technical exams, but I do afraid of what? Interview, soft skills, communication skills. Today, after the session, you will find yourself a better candidate in terms of interview preparation. So yes, our second tip of the session is self-introduction is nothing but telling about your own basic details. So why do we get nervous? We should be excited for the same, right? No one can check mistakes in it. And rather, hopefully, no one knows better than this. Tell me, student, Who knows about your marks, percentage, graduation year, your affiliation, school and college rather than you, right? So yes, this is the question to be excited instead of being nervous. So yes, self-introduction is the question which should be answered with full of confidence. As I said, everyone talks about confidence, but there is no attire of confidence which we can wear and we will get it. Of course. Yes. So confidence should be in you. I'm going to tell my basic details, which I know the best. Tell me about your family or school or college. Who knows better, you or the HR? Of course, you. So we are going to rock it. Let's go towards the next slide. So I hope the perspective towards self-introduction should be a bit changed. And one more important aspect that is stop thinking like student and start thinking like recruiter. How? How can I stop thinking like a student? How can I stop thinking like a student and how I can think like recruiter? Okay, students, tell me frankly, at the time of your examination, most of the candidates do attempt the questions. जो हमको आता है हम वो लिख कर आएंगे. Examiner ने कुछ भी पूछा हो, but answer should be what I know. Maybe this strategy can work at the time of your examination, but not at the time of job interview. What I'm saying, stop thinking like a student and start thinking like recruiter. What recruiter is finding in you, right? What are the skill set they are looking for? Students, 90% candidate do answer only what do they have. They don't mold it like what recruiter wants. What I mean to say here is, not all the times we keep on saying, I want a good job, nice profile, fantastic package, good company, brand name should be good, right? Infrastructure should be great, facilities should be good, and the list is a long one, right? But here, can you ever think about the recruiter? What they are expecting from you? You are going to work on their projects in their company. Somehow the reputation of the company now is in your hands. So what should be the expectation level of the recruiter, right? So whenever you are going to appear for the job interview, first stop thinking like a student, what I have, I will present. No, leave this mentality. What I'm saying, leave this mentality. What I have, I will present. No, rather it should be what they want, I shall present accordingly. If the company profile is for developer, for programmer, one who's expert in programming, then which skills should be highlighted from your side? Yes, you are right. Your programming skills. Getting? So what the profile is for which you are going to appear in interview, check about the profile, right? And see what strength recruiter is looking for and accordingly arrange them, right? Arrange them in an order. The skills which are must for that job should be answered and highlighted by you in the best suitable manner. Suppose recruiter is asking or looking for someone who has great programming skills. Then it is your job to highlight your programming skills in front of recruiter. See how? Sir, I have done a certification in programming. Along with that, my internship experience also belongs to the same field. Maybe this is the very subject where you have scored the best in your exam. So how you can place yourself out of the box? Sir, this is my favorite subject and I scored best. Maybe, luckily, your project belongs to the same field. At the very time, it is your responsibility to highlight your technology and project matching with the recruiter's expectation. So yes, the important tip here is stop thinking like a student, because here we are no more a student. We are entering into the corporate world. Prepare your introduction and answers according to the recruiter's list. Maybe the skill set which recruiter wants first, you place at the last one. You need to revamp it, right? So prepare your whole introduction and interview questions according to recruiter's expectation. I hope we are clear with two important strategies. First, tell me about yourself question is not going to be nervous we are anymore. Here, we are going to be excited for the same. Why? Why you are saying like that? Students, it is not a theory. It is a practical application as well. A legendary person once said, tell me about yourself is the easiest question on this whole planet. Isn't it? Yes, of course. Why? Because what we are going to answer? Your name, your location, family details, qualifications, and so on. So now onwards, we change our mind and change the game. So let's move forward. Now, the next important thing is, I'm prepared now. I'm okay with the question. Tell me about yourself. Self introduction. ये क्वेश्चन तो मैम ने अच्छे से बता दिया है कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है और कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे बिल्ड करना है. But what about the other questions? I know self introduction तो पूछा ही जाएगा, but what about the other questions? Recruiter मुझसे पूछेंगे क्या? किस तरह के questions पूछे जाएंगे? Maybe I may lack over that. How to be confident? So yes, here I'm going to answer you most of your questions here. What are the most foundation of the questions to be generated? Means recruiters question पूछेंगे कैसे? क्या एरिया में प्रिपेयर करके जाऊं? क्या क्या पढूं? सब्जेक्ट्स का पढ़ना है, सर्टिफिकेशन का पढ़ना है, प्रोजेक्ट रिवाइज करके जाऊं, इंटर्नशिप के बारे में पढ़ूं और what? So my dear students, today I'm going to answer you how recruiters ask questions. Yes, you are right. Majority of the questions can be solved here. So yes, my dear students, recruiter asks question first, staple or common questions. जो अभी हमने discuss किया. Self introduction, tell me about yourself and so on. ये क्वेश्चन हम सब लोग जानते हैं, लेकिन रिक्रूटर इनसे आगे क्या पूछेंगे? टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस तो मैं आंसर कर दूंगा, but what about the other questions? Right? So here, listen and understand. Is there any query you can answer or ask to me in the chat box? All right. Students, before your interview, recruiter is not going to Google questions. Tomorrow is Priyanka's interview and recruiter is going to Google questions. No, not at all. Tomorrow is Shubham's interview and recruiter is typing questions on Google. Absolutely not. Then how do they prepare their questions? Yes, of course, they are blessed with it and they are experienced, of course. Apart from this, listen to me minutely and carefully. Recruiters never Google question before your interview. Rather, they are going to Google you. Yes, you heard it right. Yes, you heard it right. Recruiters are going to Google you. What does it mean? Yes, let me explain you how. at the time of interview, at the time of presentation, and your formal interactions. Every sentence uttered by you makes a difference. Okay? See, during interview, suppose recruiter asked about your hobbies. Recruiter asked about your hobbies and you said reading. So your one statement or answer can generate further questions. Let me give you a demo here. As I said, recruiter asked about your hobbies and you answered reading. The next question will be, what do you read? Correct. The next question can be, what do you read? Okay, English novel. Which kind of novels do you like? Right? I like semi-tragedy. Can you tell me or give me the name of few novels which you recently read? These and these two novels I read recently. Luckily, maybe recruiter read the same novel or the person is familiar with the name. Getting? You said reading, they will ask what? You said English novel, they will say which. You gave two names, they can ask further questions on the basis of the same. That's why I'm saying recruiter is going to Google you. So please check and prepare accordingly that what I'm saying, next question can be on the basis of same, right? Yes, students. If someone has experienced any interview or their friends or in their circle, people have faced interviews, you can check the feedback. Recruiters generally ask multiple questions on the basis of not from any Google theory, but on the basis of what you are answering. You said traveling is my hobby, they may ask how. You said I have passion towards driving, then they may ask, then how did you cope it at the time of lockdown? If driving is your hobby, then आपने lockdown के time पे उसको कैसे manage किया, right? And dear students, yes, nowadays HRs are asking multiple questions on the basis of COVID-19. It has been more than 1 year, or we can say about 2 years, right? What you did during lockdown. Be prepared. At the end, I will give you some handy questions which are recently been added in HR and PI interviews. So yes, recruiter never Google question on net. What they are going to Google? They are going to search you. They are going to check your statement. They are going to recheck your answers. So whatever you are going to say, be completely sure. This should not be like that. I said reading, but I don't have the name of 2 novels with me. The name of the writer, the name of the, what was the theme, what was the character, who was the protagonist. No, it should not be like that. Otherwise, you will caught very easily, right? So whatever you are going to say, my hobbies, my strength, my weakness, or any other staple question, be prepared that recruiter can ask further question in the same stream. I hope I'm clear with the same. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, we started our session with self-introduction. Students, I should not say like that, but many candidates behave like parrots. Yes, you heard it right. What I mean to say here is, हम जो तैयार कर कर आए हैं, हम वो ही आंसर करेंगे. जो हमने पढ़ा है, हम वो ही लिख कर आएंगे. एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन कुछ भी आए, लेकिन आंसर हमारा चेंज होने वाला नहीं है. This cannot work at the time of your job interview. See, many times you might heard about listening skills. Recruiters are not checking only about your speaking skills, but they are going to check your listening skills as well, right? what they are asking. Please listen to it carefully. That's why we call it active listening. There might be telephonic interviews, and nowadays, most of the interviews are online. So you need to check what they are asking. Can you have a look on the slide about giving questions? Please tell me in the chat box whether the questions are similar or different. Please tell me in the chat box whether all these questions are similar or different. So here, the first question is, tell me about yourself. Second, introduce yourself in brief. Third, tell me about yourself which you have not mentioned in your CV. Define your personality, which kind of person you are. Give an adjective to yourself. Very nice, Priyanka, Shilpa, Balu, and other candidates. But my dear students, these are not similar questions at all. They are different questions. Yes, you heard it right. That's why I'm saying listen to their question, what they are asking. Let me give you a brief introduction about the same. The first one, tell me about yourself, is your self-introduction. Tell me about yourself is your self-introduction, right? Where you will introduce yourself. If they have given a limit of timeline, like introduce yourself in 1 minute, then you are supposed to follow the same. If there is no timeline, go smooth. The second one, introduce yourself in brief. Brief means here in short. अरे मैंने तो पूरा सेल्फ इंट्रोडक्शन प्रिपेयर किया है, अब शॉर्ट क्या करना है इसमें से? What should I cut short here? Right? Should I give? Yes, Shraddha, I shall come to your question. Let me finish with this slide. I have a question answer round with all of you where I'll try to clear all your queries regarding the interview, right? So yes, the second one, introduce yourself in brief. Brief, I said, short में introduce करिए. अब मैं अपनी qualification को short करूं, certification को short करूं, project details को short करूं, और basic details को short करूं. Right? First thing, if HR is saying introduce yourself in brief, please do not go with the same introduction which you have prepared. If they said to be brief, you need to be brief, you need to be precise. And my dear students, please do not cut short your certification, hard skills, technical skills, or internship. Then what, ma'am? Students, these are the skills on the basis of which you are going to be hired. On the basis of your certification and internship experience, you can make yourself out of the box. So what to do? My dear students, please cut short your family details. Yes. Many students give long family details. I belong from a middle class family. We are 5 members. Father is doing this, mother is doing this, elder brother is doing that, younger sister is doing that, and the full history. No. HR is not going to recruit your family members. They would like to listen more about you rather than your family. Until and unless not asked, please do not exaggerate or add more than 2 lines about your family. So yes, if recruiter says to be brief, we need to be brief, but focus should be on your technical skills, your programming language, your hard skills, and your expertise. Because of that, you are eligible to sit in interviews. So please do not cut short your technical skills. You can cut short your basic details and your family details. I hope I'm clear with previous 2 points. Now, dear students, tell me the third one. HR asked many times. Tell me about yourself which you have not mentioned in your CV. इसको हम कैसे आंसर करेंगे? ये तो थोड़ा ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन हो गया. But the students, those who are trained, they take it like a bonus question. My trained students being waited for this question. कब recruiter ये question पूछे and we are ready with the answer. So I would like to have a look on your suggestions. अगर recruiter same question आपसे पूछता है, tell me about yourself which you have not mentioned in your CV. What you will answer over there? Correct. You have mentioned your name. You have mentioned your college details, your marks, institute, affiliation, and about the percentage or CGPA. We have already mentioned our skill set, whether soft skills or hard skills, right? You have already mentioned your project details. Yes, correct. Your hobbies, skill set. Majority of the points we have already mentioned, right? Then what to say at the very time? I know students, there are many details which you have not mentioned up till now. ऐसा बहुत कुछ है जो हमने अब तक नहीं लिखा है. Yes, Purnika and Shraddha, this question can be answered in multiple ways, but I want my students to answer that in such a manner so that you will be closer towards the selection. Yes, you heard it right. As I told you, this should be a bonus question. You must be waiting for this question when recruiter will ask it, and I'm going to answer it properly. As I said, there can be lots of details which you still have not mentioned. Maybe your college achievements, your school achievements, your personal achievement. But I want all of you to answer it in such a manner so that you will be closer to the destination. Yes, closer towards your selection. Now listen to me how. Students, many of you might have mentioned leadership skills in your CV. Yes. For example, if some of you have mentioned leadership skills in your soft skills and recruiter asks the same question, at the very time you can answer or you can quote many instances where you have been leader. You might be the monitor in your school or college. You can be the head boy or the head girl. Maybe you were the captain of that football, cricket, or any other game. Yes. If you say, I have been the monitor from class 10th till 12th during my school, what is it exhibiting? What is it displaying? Yes, students, I have smart students here. It is displaying and supporting your leadership skills. Correct. I hope you are getting my point. If recruiter asks, tell me something other than your CV. Okay, I know as an engineer you are quite good, but tell me something else, right? At the very time, do not take it lightly. Answer this question properly, which will take you towards the selection. At the very time, give some examples which will support your personality, which can support your soft skills and other strength. As I said, if you have mentioned leadership skill, then give example where you have been the leader. maybe in your school, college, maybe in your society, right? If you are saying, I'm a friendly person, I'm a kind-hearted person, and you are associated with any NGO, any social service, at the very time, yes, you can answer it. Sir, as I said, I'm a kind-hearted person and associated with many NGOs, or during COVID time, I helped these and these people or the areas. So one way it is showing your personality, on the other way you are backing or defending or you are supporting your soft skills. That's why I told you this question can be a bonus question. And believe me, student, if you will prepare it like that, your performance is going to be out of the box, because many candidates may answer it like anything. Sir, I went Lonavala 4 times. I have been there. We did camping. These details you have not mentioned in your CV, but it won't help you to crack the interview. But the way, if you answer it like that, definitely you will be closer towards the selection. I hope we are clear with the previous 3 points, right? Now let's come towards the next one. Define your personality, which kind of person you are. Dear candidates, HR has already been filtered you, observed you, tested you rather on the basis of your technical aptitude and logical skills. Here, they want to see which kind of person you are, right? What I'm saying here is you need to check if recruiter asks further question on the basis of your personality, on the basis of your existence. I should not be like that. ये question तो मैंने prepare ही नहीं किया. How to answer it? I haven't prepared it. No. You should be ready to answer which kind of person you are. Means, what is the philosophy of your life? Sir, I'm a kind-hearted person. Sir, I'm friendly in nature. Sir or ma'am, I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. I like to make friends, right? At the very time, do not try to be very theoretical. Google website से कोई mug line लेकर नहीं जाना. What I'm saying is, कोई philosophical line लेकर नहीं जाना. Take it casually and say what you are. As I said, Google पे क्वेश्चन रिक्रूटर नहीं सर्च करने वाला है. रिक्रूटर क्वेश्चन सर्च करेगा आपसे. आपने कहा आई एम स्पोर्ट्स लविंग पर्सन, देन रिक्रूटर में आस्क व्हिच स्पोर्ट. ओके, फुटबॉल और क्रिकेट, कबड्डी और बैडमिंटन. हियर if you're going to lie, you can be caught easily. So be sure about your personality. Students, most of the candidates technical questions से नहीं डरते हैं, वो इसी तरह के क्वेश्चन से डरते हैं, right? And there is nothing to be fear about, because what you are, we will present that. So there is no lie and there won't be any fear regarding the same. Next one is, these days recruiters are asking, give an adjective to yourself. अब ये क्या चीज है? Give an adjective to yourself. आपने जो अपनी strength में लिखा है, management skills, relationship manager, or your communication skills, at the very time आपको अपनी कोई एक quality बतानी है which defines you, which relates to you, right? So yes, be prepared with an adjective. Sir, I'm nature loving person. I'm workaholic. I'm a bit lazy person sometimes. ये थोड़ा avoid करना क्या है ना, बाद में बात करेंगे इसके बारे में, ठीक है? लेकिन कुछ adjectives अपने लिए prepare करके जाना. As I said, 90% students C++ और Java के questions में नहीं अटकते हैं. They do fear of such kind of questions. But if you are trained, you prepare it well, definitely it will help you. All right. So at the end of this slide, I would like to say you all the time, please listen to the recruiter's question minutely. They are saying you to answer it in brief. They are saying you to answer in 1 line or 1 minute, other than CV or something else. Always be prepared. I hope the points which I have just mentioned, all of them are clear to you. Let's move towards the next one. That is mix and match. What I'm saying, be ready to match your strength with recruiters' expectation. As I said you earlier, do not think what I'm going to present. Think twice what recruiter is expecting. What is the requirement of this profile, right? If the profile slides. Slides are visible.
Yeah, it is visible. Like it. If you want to share screen.
Skip it. Next, yes. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
I'm back, students. Sorry, I was facing one technical issue. I hope I'm audible now. Can anyone please answer in the chat box? Is my voice good to go? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's start. The previous slide, we have seen how different questions can be asked by the recruiter. Please do not answer what Yes, students, again and again, I'm facing technical issues today. Extremely sorry for the same. And thank you for your patience that you have been with me throughout the session. One more time, please tell me yes, if I'm good to go and audible properly. Please answer yes or audible in the chat box. So I shall continue with the session. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Priyanka and Yash. All right. So I hope my voice is good to go. आज बॉलीवुड की बहुत सारी लाइनें हैं ना, अगर हम शिद्दत से चाहे तो हम सेशन पूरा करेंगे ही इन द सेम मैनर. कितने भी टेक्निकल इश्यू आए, आज हम अपना सेशन कंप्लीट ही करने वाले हैं. ऑल राइट. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, being here, full of patience. God bless you all. So yes, let's come toward the next important strategy, which will cover 70 to 80% questions at the time of interview. How? Listen to me carefully. Any question, please write in the chat box. See, if you are going to face any interview, your first strategy should be in your mind be, that is, research about the company thoroughly. I'm not going to say to write dissertation or thesis on it, but yes, get basic details about the company. What the company is, right? What about my profile? They are dealing with what? Is it original equipment manufacturer or customer care services? Is it into digital marketing or something else? So research about the company. Students, it might seem easy, but I will tell you how much it is helpful to you. And 70 to 80% questions at the time of interview are going to be solved with this single strategy. Yes. Read about the company, what the company is. They deal into what? What is their vision, headquarters, turnover, on which technology they do work. Most important thing. कंपनी किस टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम करती है और आपकी प्रोफाइल की क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, राइट? सपोज कंपनी वर्क्स ऑन C++ or Java language. Luckily, you have good certification in the same. Maybe your project belongs to the same technology. Fortunately, you scored the best marks in the same subject. So my dear students, match your expertise with the company's requirement. They want C++, prepare your strength accordingly. They want someone who is an expert in MATLAB and Python, prepare your introduction, strength, and skill set accordingly. This will help you. And the most important, students, can you guess and answer me in the chat box? What is the second important question? Tell me about yourself के बाद second सबसे dangerous वाला question कौन सा आता है? Can you tell me in the chat box? What is the most common question to be asked after self-introduction? Yes, I got nice and smart audience. Why should we hire you? Right? Many of you might heard about this question. हम आपको हायर क्यों करें? How you can be an asset to the company? What value you will add in our company? How your engineering or certification may help my project, may help my organization. Long list about the same question, right? Why should we hire you is the next important question, frequently asked question after self-introduction. Let me tell you how to crack it. Students, if you have research about the company, you read about the company, you know on which technology this company work, or what is the demand of my profile, इस profile के लिए क्या skill set की जरूरत है, then you can frame your answer accordingly. HR is asking, yes Shubham, why should I hire you? Then Shubham will answer confidently, yes sir, I earned my degree in computer engineering. Along with that, I have done the certification in C++. My internship also belongs to the same technology. During my graduation, my project was related to the same technology. Are you not placing yourself, presenting yourself as the most eligible candidate? Yes. They are asking why Shubham only, why Vineet only, and why Vinay only. Then Vinay can say, yes, sir, your company works on this and this technology. I have done 6-month internship on the same. If I have not done internship, say, I have keen interest in the same technology, right? पढ़कर जाइए किस टेक्नोलॉजी पे काम करते हैं, किस प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करते हैं, क्या उनके अपकमिंग प्रोजेक्ट है, कॉम्पिटिटर्स है मार्केट में. सो मेनी ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस कैन बी इजियर एट द टाइम ऑफ इंटरव्यू. इमेजिन द सिचुएशन जब रिक्रूटर कहता है, विनय, what value you can add to my company? Sir, I'm a C++ certified engineer. I did my engineering in computer science. I have 6 months experience, or my project belongs to the same technology. Does it not sound better? Of course. And believe me, students, if at the time of interview, you are able to say something about their company, their project, their details, you are building trust. You are building a relationship between you and the company, executive, or the candidates. Rather than उन कैंडिडेट्स का those who answer एक रटा रटाया आंसर हम सबको करना है. नो, आई डोंट सपोर्ट दिस. आई डोंट सपोर्ट दिस. जो प्रोफाइल है, जो आपकी रिक्वायरमेंट है, जॉब डिटेल्स है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग अपने स्किल सेट को मैच करिए टू व्हाट कंपनीज रिक्वायरमेंट. दैट्स व्हाई आई कॉल्ड इट मिक्स एंड मैच. So streamline your soft skills, your hard skills, your technical skills, your academic achievements according to what? Focusing on what? Recruiters demand. Trust me, students, if your answers do be prepared like that, no matter what company is, whether an MNC or a startup, you are going to make your place over there. So I hope you are clear with the same strategy. Yes, Pradeep has given the same answer, the project detail or why should we hire you. So let's move forward regarding some mistakes which many candidates do commit at the time of job interview. Of course, facing an interview, facing the panel, facing the senior persons, we feel a bit nervous. But if you will prepare keeping these things in mind, you will definitely rock it. Let's continue with the further tips and tricks regarding interview. The last slide I told you regarding research about the company. This will help you to answer why should I hire you, how you can be an asset to the company, what value you can add to our company, and why you only. There are so many engineering graduates are available these days, but why you only? But if you prepare your answer in such a manner that you are answering and matching with their requirement, definitely you can answer this question in more efficient way. Now I would like to come forward with the mistakes which generally students do commit. All of you are excited to listen. The mistakes which most of the candidates do commit, not only students, but sometimes senior persons do also commit the same mistake. Let's look at them one by one. So the first one I want to say is your body language. Many times we heard about body language, facial gestures, and so on. Students, at the time of interview, your words are speaking, but your body language is also speaking. Let me tell you first what body language is. Body language is the non-verbal communication. The non-verbal communication. When you are maintaining eye contact, you are communicating. When you're smiling, you are communicating. When you're shaking your head with someone, you are communicating. When you are giving the gestures of nervousness, you are communicating. I'll give you some tips how to minimize nervousness and how to maximize the confidence. So let's first understand how body language works or why it plays vital role at the time of interviews. Let's understand it. For example, if in your strength you have written, I'm a person of polite behavior, friendly attitude, kind-hearted, soft-spoken. But at the time of interview or group discussion, GD, as you know, group discussion, these are also important, and body language plays important role over that too. Suppose at the time of interview or group discussion, someone is asking counter questions. Someone is asking counter question and you got aggressive. Maybe your words are not so much aggressive, but your body language, facial gestures, the tone, the pitch, the way of speaking is saying a lot. Right? Suppose at the time of interview, you have written, I am a person of positive body language. I'm a person of positive attitude. But during interview, due to nervousness, you are sweating like anything. You are shivering, shaky legs, complete negative body language. Then whatever the font of positive attitude in your CV is not going to help you. Here, let me give you some tips to minimize nervousness and increase your confidence. So listen to me carefully here and try to follow the same. My dear students, by the time you are avoiding eye contact to any person, whether formal or informal, whether at your home or office or during interview, by the time you are avoiding eye contact, your nervousness increases. But by the time you maintained eye contact, your confidence increases. Yes, you heard it right. To face any audience, any person, the first key is before you are speaking, your body language, your facial gestures do speak. Can you recall a time when in your class teacher asked any question and you are answering the question but looking towards the ceiling, looking out of the window, or at all not making eye contact towards your teacher? Are you not communicating that I'm not confident about the answer? Right? Or reverse to that, during your class, teacher asked a question and luckily you know the answer. How did you answer that? Maintaining eye contact or looking here and there? Of course not. So yes, keep this thing in mind at the time of interview. Body language plays dominant role. You know, everyone gets nervous. Everyone gets nervous, almost, but it's up to you. Are you displaying your nervousness or displaying your confidence? Right? So, along with your answers, you need to maintain your body language also. Body language is nothing but कोई भी और gestures नहीं करना चाहिए. Excessive use of hand gestures, very low voice, very loud voice, right? Shaking, shivering, sweating, these are some signs of nervousness, and this can be reduced with practice. This can be reduced with practice. After body language, I would like to give you the next important aspect where students do commit mistake. By the time of interview, all the time we keep on preparing. What should I answer? How will I handle this question? What should I answer at the very time? लेकिन कभी आपने सोचा है कि आपको भी रिक्रूटर से क्वेश्चन पूछना होगा? Yes, you heard it right. Students, be prepared to ask 2 to 3 questions towards the recruiter. Most of the time, at the end of the interview or middle, recruiter may ask, any questions for us? Would you like to ask something to us? Is there any confusion or issue from your side? Then please do not be mute. Maybe you don't have any prepared question, but yes, have some questions in your mind to ask at the very time. Do not be mute, do not be silent. It may affect reversely, right? Be prepared to ask some question regarding. It can be related to your job. It can be related to the profile. You research about the company. It can be related to any technology. Sir, if hired, what will be my job responsibility? You can ask any detail about the profile and so on. But be ready with 2 questions. If they ask, do not be mute. Because most of the candidates do prepare answers. But yes, trained students will prepare questions as well. In one or another interview, definitely you may have the same scenario. The next one, which I once mentioned, please do not give exaggerated family details. Till the time has not been asked, please do not mention the whole family detail. If they're asking further about your family, go with the same. But if they are not asking, please do not include my sister is doing that, brother is doing that, mother is doing that. No. At the time of self-introduction, 2 lines in brief about your family, 2.5 lines will be enough. Many candidates invest 4 to 5 lines towards their family, which should not be over there, right? I hope you will keep all these mistakes in your mind. And the most important thing, do not fake, be honest regarding your hobbies, regarding your strength, be honest. Yes, you need to be effective, but you do not need to be bluff, right? Be honest towards your answers, what you are going to say, because if caught, that will be a difficult situation. Some students ask, ma'am, what to do if we are not able to answer any question? If they are asking any question which you are not able to answer, first attempt should be you should answer it. If it is related to technical knowledge or if it is related to your personal life. If it is the PI question, definitely you should try to attempt it. Or suppose situation comes, मुझे आंसर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, मुझे आंसर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, ऐसे में क्या करना है? At the very time, if it is a technical one, suppose a recruiter ask any question related to the technology which you read during your graduation. आपने सेकेंड या थर्ड सेमेस्टर में उस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पढ़ा था, आपने उस सब्जेक्ट क्लियर भी करा है, but right now you are not able to give proper answer, then accept it. Yes, sir, I read it during second semester or third, But currently, as I'm working on my project or I'm learning these and these certification or technologies, I'm not able to recall it. Definitely, once I get time, I can get back to my answer. गलत जवाब देने से बेटर है थोड़ा सा उसको एक्सेप्ट करो. बट हाँ, how you are presenting, how you are saying, it matters. Your tone, your pitch, it matters. Do not be aggressive and do not be very shy if any question comes which you don't know. It happens. Students, you belong to student domain. You are in a learning phase. You are in a learning phase. आप ये कह सकते हैं right now I'm not able to answer it, but I can learn it and work on it. कभी कभी रिक्रूटर ऐसे पूछते हैं you are not aware with this technology, लेकिन हमारी कंपनी इस पर भी काम करती है, आप कैसे एडजस्ट करेंगे? Sir, as I have mentioned, I'm a quick learner. I'm keen to learn. I'm keen to learn, right? Definitely, I'm not very much aware about this technology, but if I'll get chance and time, I can be eligible to work on the same. Show your positive side. Do not say, मुझे नहीं आता तो मैं नहीं कर सकता. Okay, नहीं आता, but further आगे बढ़कर हम कर सकते हैं. Correct. Any other question? Students here, I have covered major tips and tricks for the interview. Let me give you one review, a fast review once. We have started the session with self-introduction question. And further, instead of being nervous, we are going to be excited with self-introduction question. Because अपने बारे में सबसे ज़्यादा आप जानते हैं. You are going to tell your basic details. So yes, it should be answered perfectly. After that, we talk about hiding our nervousness and increasing confidence. How? You should be ready, not as a student, but think as a recruiter. Think what recruiter is looking in you. Why they will hire you for their company. If you are able to answer that, most of the questions can be prepared. Next one. How recruiters do ask questions. I said recruiters ask questions on the basis of your own statement. आपने जो CV में लिखा है, जिस सर्टिफिकेशन के बारे में लिखा है, टेक्निकल स्किल्स को लिखा है, स्ट्रेंथ लिखा है, हॉबीज मेंशन किया है, further questions will be on the basis of them. Or I can say majority of the questions will be on the basis of the same. So whatever you have written or you are going to answer, you should prepare them accordingly. After that, we have seen that the same question can be asked in multiple manner, and numbers of time the answer also changed. Number of time answer also changed. If recruiter is saying to introduce yourself in brief, it should be brief. If they are saying do it in 1 minute, it should be in 1 minute. If HR is asking something other than your introduction, something other than your CV, prepare accordingly. So listen to their question minutely. It should not be like they are asking something else and we are answering something else. No, they both should be streamlined. Next, we have seen how to prepare why should I hire you. Why should I hire you can be answered with matching your strength with recruiter's expectation. After that, you should be ready to ask questions to the recruiter. Maintain your body language. Do not include very much family details until and unless has been asked. And the most important, do not be fake. Be honest and mention the real actual details. If situation comes where you have stuck, recruiter asks something which you don't know, first be prepared, answer it confidently. Lagta hai nahi aata, accept it honestly and politely. Here I have next question. Should we add non-technical experience if we have? Yes. Ekta has asked a question here. Non-technical experience can be mentioned or not? Ekta, I would say you, there is no harm to mention your non-technical experience as well. Maybe it does not belong to the same technology, but yes, you have learned something over that. You have learned social behavior, people skill, being an employee, right? So I will suggest you, आप अपना non-technical एक्सपीरियंस मेंशन करिए, लेकिन आंसर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड होना चाहिए जो आपकी प्रोफाइल से मैच करता हो. अगर प्रोफाइल में कहीं पे कस्टमर हैंडलिंग है, राइट, प्रोफाइल में कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स है, तो आप अपना आंसर उसी तरह से मोल्ड कर सकते हैं. ड्यूरिंग माय जॉब आई हैंडल दीज एंड दीज थिंग्स. I was the in charge of this lab or of this area and my responsibilities were this. So yes, I will say you can mention your non-technical experience as well, but yes, answer should be well crafted. I have a couple of questions. How to make CV, that is a different whole domain. One more session we will have, and I will give you all tips and tricks regarding your CV making. Of course, Dimple, CV creates impression, but I would say, yes, it is an important and vital part, but more than CV, your presentation works. We will try to have one more session on CV making, definitely, Dimple. Next question is here about education gap. Okay, good question, Rajesh. If we have education gap and other scenarios, I will also tell you. Student, yes, on your CV it must have been mentioned. ठीक है, अभी मैंने आपको सेकंड थर्ड स्लाइड में बताया था रिक्रूटर विल गूगल यू, मतलब आपके मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आपसे जनरेट होने वाले हैं. तो अगर वहां पे एजुकेशनल गैप है तो बी प्रिपेयर्ड विद द आंसर. इफ दिस क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड, हाउ टू आंसर इट. दिस इज द थिंग वी कैन नॉट कवर, दिस इज द थिंग वी कैन नॉट हाइड, बट हाउ टू आंसर इट, इट मैटर्स. तो ऐसे में अपना जेन्युइन रीजन और अपना जो भी आपका प्रॉपर रीजन रहा था उसके साथ एक आंसर प्रिपेयर करके रखिए. ये क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जाएगा तो मुझे उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है, राइट. दे आर ऑल्सो ह्यूमन बीइंग, दे ऑल्सो डू अंडरस्टैंड जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम्स. सो आई विल सजेस्ट, डू नॉट हाइड इट, डू नॉट डू एनी ब्लफ, accept it politely and give a well crafted and proper answer for the same. Career gap. Yash is asking about, Sushma is asking about the career gap here. Not an issue. Students, एक चीज और ध्यान रखना, recently we all experienced pandemic. Recently, we all experienced pandemic and somehow it is continuing. Numbers of PI questions can be generated with pandemic. How? Pandemic से related interview questions क्या हो सकते हैं? Students, आप 1 to 1.5 year you have been at home. You have not been in college, you have not been in office and so on. Apart from education, how did you update yourself? आपने COVID के time पर क्या किया? And do not say I took the coffee challenge and I took that cake making challenge. No, here they're asking it professionally. So the answer should also be professional. Many recruiters do ask, COVID time pay, how did you update yourself technically? So be prepared with the answer. It might be possible you have done any online workshop, certification, seminar, और unfortunately ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है तो अपना आंसर प्रिपेयर करके रखिए. Sir, I was not very good in that subject, I worked on that. Right? I hope I'm done with this question. Let's come to the next. So yes, Damini, if we are 2019 pass out or we have career gap, if it is because of Corona, mention it. If it is because of any other thing, then also mention it. Be confident, sir. I want to update myself further. According to the need of the hour and updated technology, now I'm pursuing certification. Here, I would like to mention one more question which most of the students do ask. आप में से कुछ candidates होंगे जो IT और computer field को नहीं belong करते होंगे. They might be from mechanical, they might be from civil, they might be from ENTC and so on. Can you say me yes or no in the chat box? Do I have that category of students here, those who do not have their engineering degree in computer science or in IT background? Say yes or no. Yes, some of the students do relate from civil or mechanical or ENTC. My first advice to all of them is do not take this negatively. Rather, I would say take it positively. How? अगर आप सिविल और मैकेनिकल ब्रांच से रिलेट करते हुए मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर होते हुए आप अपना करियर आईटी में बनाना चाह रहे हैं, वी आर नॉट डूइंग एनी क्राइम और गिल्ट, नॉट एट ऑल. इट इज शोइंग योर learning attitude. Even after your graduation, now you are learning IT subjects or doing IT certifications. So answer your HR like that. Yes, sir, I earned my degree in civil, mechanical, ENTC, जो भी है. Sir or ma'am, I earned my degree in mechanical and I scored very good marks in it. My project also belongs to mechanical stream and this. Gradually, with the passage of time, I developed my interest in IT field also, right? So to upskill myself in IT domain and be eligible to work as a programmer or developer, जो भी आपका प्रोफाइल है, I'm learning IT certifications these days. Getting nervous नहीं होना है, negatively नहीं लेना है, even ये positive attitude है. आप मैकेनिकल कंपनीज के साथ साथ आईटी कंपनीज के लिए भी एलिजिबल है. डेफिनेटली जो लोग सिविल मैकेनिकल ईएनटीसी से हैं, दिस क्वेश्चन माइट बी आस्क्ड. यू आर फ्रॉम मैकेनिकल स्ट्रीम, व्हाई you are searching job or building your career or switching your stream in IT. Do not say, no, sir, I don't know about it or something like that. Do not take it negatively. Answer it properly. Yes, sir, I earned my degree in it. I scored very good marks. I did this and this certification, but I developed my interest in IT industry too, in IT domain also. To be eligible to work in it, to be skilled in it, I'm pursuing this and this certification. Students, you are living in an era, we are living in an era where a banker can be a novelist and a novelist can be a banker and so on. So do not be afraid of that. All right, I hope we are done with most of the questions here, and the session has been helpful to all of you. Keep learning, and the key to crack any interview is preparation as well. More you will prepare, more you will confident, right? By all this, I'm going to end the session here. Keep learning. God bless you all. And yes, good luck for your all future efforts. Yes, all of you are going to rock and going to do it.